Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Anna Morphides with Mental Health Counseling. And today's video is going to be all about how to navigate challenges in your relationships. This one is going to be in particular to a response that I had from a question in regards to romantic relationships, feeling disrespected, feeling like an outsider, feeling not cared for, feeling as they're being judged or seen as a weirdo, as an overthinker. We're going to address that sort of challenging feelings within a relationship, but of course this can apply to friendships. It can apply to other feelings that you're experiencing within your relationship, because the concept of what we're going to be talking about today can literally be applied to everything and anything, and that will give you power back. Because when we feel not respected, when we feel like an outsider in a relationship, or like for me, I would feel not chosen, not cared for, that I wasn't really worthy of someone's like full-time attention and love. I understood that the world is a mirror. So when we do our inner work, the way that other people are going to be treating us is going to be a reflection of where we are internally within that work. Or even if we haven't started our work, then again, our relationships are going to be a mirror of where we are actually at when it comes to our core beliefs, to our thoughts about ourselves. All of the world's greatest spiritual teachers, or even counselors, therapists, like we all understand this concept that as within, so without. If you have it from within, you're not going to be experiencing it on the outside world. So when someone writes into me and they say things like, I feel like an outsider, and they feel as if they are seen as a weirdo or as an overthinker, that to me right away means there is a big part of you that is not fully accepting who you are. Maybe based on your upbringing, like maybe you had an upbringing like myself, where there was a lot of criticism and there wasn't much praise. There wasn't much physical like actions of like love. There was no hugging. There was no saying I love you to me and things like that. So I did not have a chance to cultivate any self-love for myself. I didn't feel worthy because that was not given to me. So of course I'm going to feel not good enough. I'm going to feel like an outsider, because I do, if I go back to my childhood, I do remember instances where I would feel this way, like, why am I treated this way? Why can't anyone love me? Because cognitively, I knew that love was something that should have just been given to me. It wasn't something that I needed to fight for or prove myself to be worthy of. That's just something that should be given. But because of intergenerational patterns and how my mom was raised by her stepmom, that was not even something that she was able to receive, so she couldn't give that. But this is a generation right now, the age of Aquarius, where we are trying to break out of all these unhelpful ways of being in a relationship, and especially pointing the finger to the other person when we are saying these things. So when we get stuck on this cycle of, oh, they're disrespecting me, or they're not committing to me, they're not spending enough time with me. The world is a mirror and we are 50% responsible for that experience. So where are we disrespecting ourselves in that moment? Maybe we're disrespecting ourselves and indulging in unhealthy habits. Maybe we are drinking too much or eating too much, or our narrative inside our head. Maybe we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say terrible things about ourselves. or we don't get enough sleep, or we are staying in a job that we don't like. Where are we disrespecting ourselves and this person is merely showing us back that? So where are we doing that? Then if we're not feeling chosen, if I'm not chosen, or someone's not spending enough time with me, or they're afraid to commit to me, where in my life am I not choosing me? Where in my life am I not making me the priority? That's the only thing that means. I am 50% responsible in how someone shows up in my life. It is my responsibility to figure out the why I am feeling the way that I am. If I keep pointing the finger and say, you don't spend enough time with me, or you're not committing to me, or you're disrespecting me, it's like you're giving all that power away to that person. But what you really want to look at is, why am I having this experience? What part of myself is drawing this in right now? And then you want to work backwards and change that. And isn't that so amazing? Because it gives you all the power in the world. The power is on your hands. Yes, of course, it's going to feel shitty. Yes, it's going to feel hurtful. But at the end of the day, you know that you are in full control of that. You are in full control of that situation. The person is bringing out your feelings, but if we point the finger to them, we're not going to get anywhere. And this is something that I work on with my clients always. So if someone comes to me and they say, my partner's not respecting me, they don't care about all the work that I'm putting into our life, they think I'm a weirdo or an overthinker, and I feel judged all the time. That is what I want to work on with my client, is to see, where are you judging yourself? What have you not forgiven yourself about? What are you still judging yourself on? What are you thinking and feeling about yourself? That feeling like an outsider, again, what parts of yourself are you not accepting? And if they're thinking and feeling that they're seen as an overthinker or a weirdo, I know that I used to think and feel like that about myself, but that's because I wasn't accepting who I am, because I thought I needed to be a certain type of way, or I overthink, or I would get this line a lot, like, I'm too needy. Oh, you're too needy, you're too much. But in reality, it's like, no, I'm not needy, or I'm not too much. But I never had the chance to feel worthy of someone giving me their 100% for whatever reason. Actually, I do know the reason. It's because my mom wasn't able to give me 100%. So of course I was recapitulating that same situation in my adult romantic relationship. So it's not that I'm too needy or I'm too much. I have to look at myself and see, how am I thinking of myself as too needy or too much? That means that I'm not accepting the needs that I have as something that is normal and I deserve it. It is normal to have needs. It's normal to have desires. It's normal to have wants. But what's not normal is to label ourselves as too much when someone else is showing back to us that we're not even accepting of that, because we think that it's too much, because we haven't had a chance to experience it before. I hope that's making sense, and I don't want it to get confusing. So maybe I'll just stick with respected and overthinker, because when we feel that someone else is labeling us as something, there is a big part of ourselves that is labeling ourselves as that, right? So if I grew up as a child and I had all these questions, and my mom kept saying to me, oh, stop it, you're thinking too much, or you're overthinking it, then you're gonna create this thing that you're an overthinker. So you're gonna create this core belief that I am an overthinker, I am too much, or this, that. And then we're going to be shown that in our relationships later on in life. And our job is just to untwist it. So this is how we stay in control of challenging situations in our relationships, and then we stop pointing the finger to the other person and we go inwards. And let me tell you, ever since that workshop that we just did all together, for those of you that haven't followed me or haven't been following me and you're new to the channel, welcome. I just had launched a 21-day workshop to heal anxious attachment style. And then I tapped on an extra week onto that. So for 20 days, I was living and breathing gratitude and self-love. I swear I jumped timelines. Like, so much had happened and I had to go inwards because all the things that I wrote down during that workshop, because there was one chapter from the gratitude book that we were using to practice that had us write out the things that we wanted to experience. 2 of them have already come into fruition, and I'm not even joking. So it's, it's bewildering, but I also know the power of gratitude. I know the power of self-love. I am a true testament to that. I am someone who felt all of the things. I felt not chosen, not cherished, not good enough, too much, disrespected, disregarded for, like, everything. I had to start from like zero. And I've only been doing that for a few years. Like, this is all completely brand new to me. But I am a testament to change internally, and that how it's reflected to me from the outside world, because every time my outer world, when I change my inner world, my outer world just changes and is reflecting all these changes, and it's so wild. It's amazing. Like, I'm so grateful. So grateful. It was worth every single thing, every single heartbreak, every single tear. And I've had so many tears. Even within the last few months, I had so many tears. But I swear that workshop has changed me, has put me in a different timeline. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I want, and I won't settle for anything other than, because I know that I'm worthy and I deserve it. And thank you to the masculine that said that to me, and I heard that for the first time ever, that I deserve it. That really means that I really have done the work, and it's, I never thought that I deserved anything other than what I used to get. And what I used to get was complete shit. I got name calling. I got abandoned. Like, you just name it. That's what I was receiving. So to hear, masculine energy say to me, you deserve it. That's freaking huge for me. That's like, huge. It's a testament to all the work that I've done within myself and how it actually works. So take your challenges and go inwards. See where you're not choosing yourself, where you're not respecting yourself enough. Just go in and write it all out. And then send the person that's making you feel that way so much gratitude. So then you can switch the dynamics, and then you have the power back into your hands, and you can start to live your life in a way that you have control, you have the power, and you have the knowing that other people, the way that they're making you feel is just a compass to what you need to tweak and change from inside of you. Thank you so much for coming back here for yet another video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I would love to hear it from you. I love it when you write to me. It just keeps me going, and it reminds me that this is exactly where I should be. And if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, I would love for you to do so if you're a newcomer. If you liked anything about a video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next time.